because I'm gonna have also a computer.
You can take the microphone.
Does this turn? Because I need to
Yeah.
like that.
And then you take a.
Okay. But it's not gonna be like so loud that like Posso ficar aqui com a mão? Posso ficar aqui com a mão? Posso ficar aqui com a mão? Mamãe.
Deixa-me só ler, filha. Estou
Mas
bem.
posso só ficar aqui com a mamãe?
Podes. Mas não fala nada, é?
Nunca. Vou ficar assim.
Estou bom.
Oh, não vai estar just assim. Mamãe, o tio pediu o link.
O link?
Yeah.
Dá só o meu telefone para mandar para o tio. Podemos começar? Muito bom dia a todos. Queria, antes de mais, pedir desculpas por esse atraso. Dizer que chamo-me Iracelma Medeiros Filipe, sou sócia gerente da Black Premium, que é uma sociedade de concierges e que atua em 5 áreas. Nós temos o turismo, gestão de património, área jurídica, educação e saúde. Mas hoje vamos falar apenas de educação. E falando na educação, eu queria apresentar-vos a nossa parceira, Andrea Agbo. Ela é a representante da Best Education and Career e a quem chamarei brevemente. Para já, eu queria dizer-vos que não estou aqui apenas como sócia da Black Premium, mas também dizer que estou aqui como mãe de uma menina, da Grace e do Joseph, 13 e 8 anos, respectivamente. Realçar que desde que tive a oportunidade de enviar os meus filhos às escolas de verão na Suíça, nunca mais convenci os meus filhos a não fazer o programa de verão nas escolas de Suíça. Tem sido muito difícil, até agora não consegui fazer. E, para terminar, antes de chamar a Andrea Agbo cá no palco, queria dizer um quote, que é em inglês, que é: "Behind every young child who believes in himself is a parent who believed first", by Matthew Jacobson. Vamos investir, na educação, pois, como diz a Oprah Winfrey, ela é o passaporte que garante com toda a certeza a liberdade dos nossos filhos. Queria dizer que comecei em português, porque temos muitos convidados que falam apenas em português, e agradecer também a presença daqueles que estão online a assistir o nosso evento. Andrea Agbo, please.
Dear guests, dear parents, dear children, dear representatives of our precious partner schools. After our events in Luanda in 2014, 2015, and 2018, I would like to welcome you today to our first InfoEvent in Lisbon. As one of the managing directors of InfoEvent Concepts, my name is Andrea Agbo. First of all, I would like to thank Black Premium and especially my partners and friends, Mrs. Iracelma Medeiros Filipe, Mrs. Angela Feijo, and Vera Lafayette. Please let me introduce you shortly InfoEvent Concepts and Best Education in Career. InfoEvent Concepts was founded in 2004. And since then, we work as an interface between business, economy, politics, and education. We offer support for companies, governments, institutions, and individuals. So we have been working, just to name a few, for the European Union, the Federal Ministry of Labor and Social Affairs in Germany, for the Federal Employment Office in Germany, for companies from Germany and Africa, and for ministries in Togo, Burkina Faso, and DRC, for example. What us unite today is the interest in youth and the interest in education. As Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It is important to educate our children and to give them opportunities, no matter to which family they were born or where they live on earth. So they will grow to become a responsible citizen of their societies. To invest in the future of our children is an investment in the future of our communities and of our countries. But education is far more than reading, writing, and arithmetics. Our international partners provide excellent primary, secondary, and higher education, but our partner schools also give students a great sense of self-confidence, personal value, achievement, and above all, a global perspective. Our aim at Best Education and Career is to support families like you and your children to find the appropriate academic and career training programs abroad. True to our motto, Together for Your Future, we would like to take you today on a journey to discover educational opportunities, especially in Switzerland. And Best Education and Career is there to support you. If you are looking for a boarding school for your child, we are there to support you. We make recommendations. We have partner schools all around the world. So we are there to support you. We support you with the application process. We are there until your child arrives at the school. We are experts when it comes to vacation courses like summer school, summer camps, short courses to improve your language skills, etc. So we have a lot of programs for children from 5 up to 18 years old. And when your child is going to graduate from high school, we are there with our University of Advice and Research. So we find the most appropriate study program for your child at the most appropriate university you wish for, and we are there to support you during the application process. The fourth area is the gap year. So some parents allow their kids after graduation to spend a year off before they start university. And then we help the families to do a nice program for the gap year. Most of the families, they choose to improve language skills like English, French, and Spanish, for example. They use the time to do some internships before they decide which university they would like to attend or which program they would like to study. Here you can see our team from InfoEvent Concepts, Best Education and Career in our head office in Bavaria, Germany. Next to me you see my husband Eric and our assistant Sarah. And together we are there to support you in English, French, Portuguese, and of course in German. But there is another important person for InfoEvent Concepts, and I would like to introduce you. Hello to our representative in Luanda with a special guest.
Olá, eu sou o Nicolau Miguel, sou assistente local da Best Education and Career cá em Luanda, Angola. E desde 2014 que temos estado a organizar eventos informativos. O primeiro foi, claro, em 2014, o segundo em 2015 e em 2018 tivemos um bastante especial com a Lagarene. Todos esses eventos informativos sempre tiveram o apoio da Embaixada da Suíça em Luanda. E não podia deixar de ser a regra, nesse caso para o evento em Lisboa. Mais uma vez estamos a contar com o apoio da Embaixada da Suíça em Luanda, por isso estamos aqui na Embaixada, onde vão poder ouvir mensagens de boas-vindas na pessoa de Sua Excelência, o Sr. Julian Stafford, que é o chefe adjunto da missão da Embaixada da Suíça em Luanda. Os pais encarregados de educação que estão ali em Lisboa vão poder encontrar nos vossos assentos flyers informativos com mais detalhes do que a Best Education oferece e convido-vos então a lerem as informações que estão no flyer. Muito obrigado e bom evento.
Senhoras e senhores, estimados representantes de instituições privadas suíças, caros pais. Na ausência do embaixador Nicolas Lang, tenho a honra de dirigir estas palavras de boas-vindas em nome da Embaixada da Suíça em Angola. E agradeço aos organizadores deste evento, em particular a senhora Andrea Agbo e a senhora Selma Medeiros Felipe, pelo seu amável convite para falar-vos hoje de Luanda através da magia da tecnologia. Gostaria de começar por me concentrar na razão para a qual vocês estão a assistir a esta apresentação, que é essencial, a educação. Como pai de dois, estou consciente da importância da escolha que vocês vão fazer. Proporcionar um ambiente seguro e de apoio para o desenvolvimento do seu filho. Neste sentido, uma experiência no estrangeiro permitirá certamente descobrir novos horizontes, outras formas de compreender o mundo. Permitirá que sejam enriquecidos pelas diferenças e realizem os pontos comuns com outras crianças e outras culturas. É claro que haverá distância entre vocês, mas não se diz que educar uma criança também ensina-la a passar sem nós? Além disso, as instituições que vocês vão conhecer hoje ou mais tarde têm uma longa e sólida experiência em educação. Há muito que é reconhecida internacionalmente a excelência dos seus programas, dos seus professores e atividades. O facto de estarem sediados na Suíça é também uma vantagem inegável. De facto, estou encantado por ver a Suíça como o quadro ideal para que os seus filhos vivam esta experiência. Para além dos clichês, a maioria dos quais são verdadeiros, como as suas magníficas paisagens alpinas, uma certa tranquilidade, os seus prestigiados relógios e o seu delicado chocolate, é interessante recordar alguns dos bens da Suíça. Na ausência de recursos naturais especiais e abundantes, a Suíça pode confiar, entre outras coisas, em qualidades como a inovação, o empreendedorismo e o respeito pela diversidade. A nossa economia é não só uma das mais competitivas, mas também uma das mais inovadoras. Possui mesmo o recorde mundial de pedidos de patentes per capita, com quase 1000 patentes por milhão de habitantes nos últimos anos. Os institutos federais de tecnologia de Lausanne e Zurique também contribuem para esta tradição e estão regularmente entre as melhores universidades do mundo. Esta propensão para a inovação é complementada por um forte espírito empreendedor. Na Suíça, 99% de empresas são pequenas e médias empresas com menos de 250 empregados. Finalmente, o sistema político e as instituições na Suíça operam para respeitar e preservar a diversidade. Neste sentido, a cultura de compromisso é central, já que muitas sensibilidades diferentes têm de coexistir. Embora a população suíça seja equivalente à de Luanda, ou seja, quase 8,5 milhões de habitantes num território 30 vezes menor do que Angola, a Suíça tem 4 regiões linguísticas, em que se fala alemão, italiano, francês e romanês. As culturas urbanas, rurais e de montanha vivem lado a lado. E os 26 cantores que compõem a Confederação Suíça representam mentalidades e tradições diferentes. É por isso que cada cantão tem autonomia em áreas-chave como a polícia, a saúde e mesmo a educação. Menciono estas 3 características que permeiam fortemente a sociedade suíça: inovação, empreendedorismo e respeito pela diversidade, porque não podemos existir sem um enfoque na qualidade da educação e da formação. Assim, o ecossistema educacional é um pilar fundamental do sucesso da Suíça em muitas áreas. Queria ser que o intercâmbio de experiências educacionais seja um dia um ponto de discussão entre a Suíça e a Angola, mas, por enquanto, as relações bilaterais estão principalmente centradas em questões diplomáticas e econômicas. Enquanto estas relações estão em processo de consolidação, vários desenvolvimentos positivos podem ser relatados. O acordo sobre assistência jurídica mútua em matéria penal foi assinado em 2021. Existe uma vontade mútua de melhorar as condições quadras para as empresas suíças através de discussões sobre proteção de investimentos e tributação, por exemplo. No passado, a Suíça esteve perto de Angola como ajuda humanitária, especialmente na área de desminagem e de reconstrução de escolas. Com o regresso da paz a Angola, a Suíça reabriu uma embaixada em 2009 e foi institucionalizado um mecanismo de diálogo político. A comunidade suíça em Angola é pequena, mas ativa. Enquanto mais de 2.000 angolanos estão estabelecidos na Suíça e participam na vida da sociedade. Contudo, tendo em conta estes números, os serviços consulares, tais como vistos e outros documentos civis, são fornecidos a partir do Centro Consular Regional localizado na Embaixada da Suíça em Pretória, África do Sul. Isto leva-me naturalmente às relações humanas, que constituem inevitavelmente a base das relações entre os meus país e Angola. Ao dar aos seus filhos a oportunidade de serem educados na Suíça, estão também a dar à sociedade suíça e angolana a oportunidade de se aproximarem mais. Estão a dar uma oportunidade para que uma ligação especial para si e para os seus filhos seja criada com a Suíça. E isso é algo com que só me posso regozijar. Finalmente, é difícil não ter um pensamento comovente para os acontecimentos que estão atualmente a ter lugar, como a invasão da Ucrânia. A educação é certamente um veículo essencial para a paz e é na educação que estão prestes a investir. Obrigado pela vossa atenção.
So now we will have presentations from our partner schools who are here with us today. And after the presentation, we all would like to invite you to have a little lunch break with us and to discuss and talk with our school representatives. And of course, I will be there for you as well.
Também gostaria de dizer aos pais que não têm dupla nacionalidade que nós temos o apoio da Embaixada Suíça e que, relativamente aos vistos, portanto, não há nenhum problema. Portanto, nós temos todo o apoio da Embaixada para os pais que queiram aplicar para os vistos, para os meninos irem para a Suíça. É tudo.
So I would like to welcome the first school for today. It's Beausoleil with Mr. Romain.
So good morning, everyone. First, I would like to thank you to come and meet us today here, as well as the parents following us online. So I'm the head of summer camp for Beausoleil. So today I'm going to do a presentation that will be more oriented to our summer program. But of course, I'm representing also the school. So if you have any question about our school year, I'm more than happy to answer them as well. So first, I would like to talk about the explore side of our programs. In Beausoleil, we have a saying that says, why stay in 5-star hotels when you can sleep under $1 million? And I think that represents pretty well what we have best in Switzerland or around Beausoleil, that is set in Villars, in the mountain, in the Swiss Alps. We have nature around us, and nothing is more beautiful than nature. Nothing is more beautiful than having kids outside, talking together under the stars, exchanging about life experience. And that's exactly what we're trying to build in Beausoleil. Of course, we have a campus. Of course, we have very comfortable rooms. But at the end of the day, the experience of meeting other campers and other students and visiting students, seeing those stars and seeing the outside world, it's very important to us. And we've always been about this, either in summer camp or the school year. What I put there, eat the best chocolate directly from the source at the chocolate factory. It's an activity we have in our summer camp where they go in the chocolate factory and they visit the chocolate factory. So I know most of people think that in Switzerland there's mainly chocolate and watches. So we agree with you that actually there's nice chocolate and nice watches in Switzerland. So we try to embrace our Swiss heritage and bring the campers that come from so many different part of the world into Switzerland, make them visit what Switzerland does best, which is also chocolate, and give them experience they can only experience truly in Switzerland. Connect. So I think my fellow colleagues from other schools will agree, boarding schools or half daily, half boarding schools, it's all about creating a family and connecting between the different campers. In Beausoleil, we have 200 campers per session, so throughout the whole summer camp, because we have 3 different sessions, we're going to have around 500 campers going through Beausoleil from many different nationalities, more than 50. So it's a wealth, it's something so nice that they can meet in Beausoleil, that they can find in Beausoleil, and we're going to push to help them connect with each other, create a sense of belonging, and create a sense of family inside Beausoleil. This is all we are about. So this, again, is something you cannot buy. You can get when you get in those places, and you can meet so many different kids and create those links. And we are doing our best to help our campus connect with each other, meet each other, and create a long-term relationship and long-term network for life through Beausoleil and through our institution. Our campus, as I said, is amazing, well, obviously, but it's also in the middle of the Swiss Alps. The Swiss Alps is, so literally Villars is lost in the middle of the Alps in Switzerland. It's 1 hour, 1 hour and a half from Geneva. And it's like a bubble up there where our kids are going to get from, many of our kids are coming from big cities around the world. So when they get in Villars, first they see that small village and they're a bit shocked. They didn't realize that there was places that were that calm. But it's also a real strength for the school, because we can build around Villars, around this calmness, around this, our campus, we can build this sense of very busy school, very busy campus in a very calm village, very secure village in the middle of the mountain, and we're very attached to this. And this actually applies to Switzerland itself. Switzerland is a very secure country. Then learn. Of course, we are a school. In our summer program, we have language classes every morning. We give the opportunity to learn French, English, Spanish, and Chinese. And it's this also, it's the centrum of what we do. It's actually teaching those kids, giving them new skills. It's not only also about having fun. Of course, there's a side of having fun, but it's also about giving them skills, life skills that they can carry throughout their life. They can get, and sorry, languages is something that is so important when you can travel around and talk and discuss and connect and communicate with other nationalities, other people around the world. So we have those language classes, and it's a very important part of our summer programs. Of course, our school programs, because there's the IB, GCSEs, but from our summer program, we really want to have the opportunity for our campus to experience what Beausoleil does best, which is teaching with our teachers from school year. We have very small interactive classes, so the ratio in Beausoleil for school year is around 1 teacher for 6 to 7 students, and during the summer camp it's 1 to 10. So it's very small classes where we try to create as much interaction between the teacher and the campers and the student. I think we are over the type of education where you have someone speaking for hours and hours and people listening and just writing. In Beausoleil we try to create an interaction, we try to push them to create also, so we never actually know how the lesson is going to go. It's the kid that's going to bring also his input in the lesson that will bring a new way of seeing and educating, and then we have the strength of the teacher but also of the whole classroom, which gave very interesting interactions. Now I'm going to show you the video of the summer camp, because I think sometimes it's better than 1,000 words. Please enjoy. I'm very proud of this video. Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm happy to work for that summer camp. So you see, it's all about having a home away from home in the middle of the Swiss Alps with a lot of outside activities, but also inside, which create a lot of activities on the campus, games, and moments where they will be all together, but also all those moments where they go in the river, they go in the mountain. And it's so important because, again, we're so lucky to live in a country where we have that many opportunities. I think even in Switzerland, the French part where we are living, where our schools are based, it's very dense in terms of activities. We have a lot of different opportunities to do activities with the kids, and we are embracing this as much as possible with our campers, with our students. So now, next step, I would like to invite on stage my favorite ambassador, Joseph, who wanted to talk about the summer camp. So, Joseph. So, Joseph, we don't see you. Here. Okay. So, Joseph, talk to me a bit about the summer camp. What is your favorite thing about Beausoleil?
My favorite thing about Beausoleil is that we almost every day we get to have fun with our friends, and we just wake up straight. We go eat breakfast. We can talk with our friends about what we did, about like how what's happening around there, and we also sometimes I also like the monitors. Like one of my favorite monitors was named Jordan, because all of the boys like Jordan and the girls like this girl called Catherine.
Okay. Okay, so you like why Jordan was your favorite monitor?
Because he was really fun.
Okay.
And he kind of let us do everything.
Yeah? Okay, I need to check that. I'll check that. I'll talk with Jordan.
He didn't let us do everything, but he let us do some things.
I'll still talk with Jordan. You want to say in Portuguese? You want to say in Portuguese? You want to say in Portuguese? Or you want to stay only in English?
I want to speak only English.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about your friends. You told me that you were very happy, very surrounded with your friends, and I remember a nice friendship that you had with Boris.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a bit about Boris and friendship in Beausoleil in general?
Yeah. Me and Boris were really close friends, and it was since the first day I was like, I don't have anything to do, and then I asked him, okay, do you want to play, because I don't have anybody to play with? And then he was like, okay, and then we used to play every day, again and again and again, and then I got more new friends.
Nice. It's something you need to understand also in Beausoleil or boarding schools, is that everything goes very, very fast. Time flies, of course, but it's going to last only for 4 weeks, but we're going to see friendship that are going to be built and that are going to be so strong that they're going to last for a lifetime. Because since they live together, they go in a place they don't know, they go in a place far from home, and they will live there all together. The sense of family builds very fast. And Boris and Joseph was one of our bromans of last year.
We're like brothers.
Yeah, exactly, bromans. They're like brothers, and they're still in contact. And I mean, this is also why we do what we do. We try to give them the frame to create those kind of friendship and relationships. That there's the human factor in the middle of what we do, and it's amazing to see it as a camp organizer. Anything else you would like to add, Joseph? Anything you want to talk about? Activities you liked?
Yeah. So, I was in the juniors group. That means it was from 10 to down.
Yeah, correct.
And I didn't really. And sometimes I went to some places, like we went to the chocolate factory.
Yeah.
We went to a aqua park, I think.
Yeah, correct.
And some days we didn't go, and we just stayed there and we just watched movies together.
And you like that? You like watching movies? Okay, nice.
We stayed in because the juniors have a little room where we after we take a bath and do everything we need to do and brush our teeth, we go downstairs, and then there's a room where if you're done with everything, you just go there and you wait for everybody, and they let you stay on your and they let you stay on your screen. But I didn't have something to look at. So me and Boris, we shared his phone.
Oh, nice.
We shared phone.
And then you had the story time. You remember the story time? You liked them?
Oh yeah. Before night.
Cool. Anything you want to add and tell them before we
That my sister Grace, she also went to the Bosole camp, and she was in teens, and she has she has a friend. She's just like me. She has like a big group of friends.
True.
And she was really close with a girl called Lulu that appeared in the video. And you wanna come, Grace?
Okay, cool. Thanks, Joseph. Thank you very much. Which strike, sorry? Yeah. So last year, so Grace and Joseph were staying for the 2 first week, and they were supposed to go home. But when they went to Geneva airport, they realized there was a strike in the airport here in Lisbon, so no flight were flying to Portugal, so they couldn't go home. So then those moments are always sad for us because we have them in the airport, we need to bring them back. We're scared that they had a very bad day, that they will come back tired. But when they arrived back, I remember Joseph coming out of the car, and he asked me, Romain, do I need to fly tomorrow? And I said, no, Joseph, actually, I talked with your mom and you can stay 1 more week. And he started running on the soccer field like, what? It was a very good memory. Then I knew he was a very happy kid. So yeah, just for you to know, we divide the camp in 3. You have juniors that are from 7, 6 to 10, and then we have teens that are from 11 to 13, and then the seniors are 14 to 17. So that's our 3 main groups that what Joseph was talking about. Now, last slide, just to give you a bit of information on the camp. You can see the differentiation with the dates of this year, the prices and the fees, the website, and where you can contact me. But of course, I'll be around now, so you can come and talk with me about the summer camp of the school year. I have all the information you need. Thank you very much for listening to me, and yeah, see you later.
Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce you to Mr. David from Collège de Le Mans, and we even have a former student from this school here present today.
Do I need nothing? Sorry. Anyways, good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I know how it feels to wake up on a Saturday morning and attend a presentation, so I'm trying to be sweet and short. I was asked to keep it under 10 minutes, so I'm sure I'm going to get it in 9. My name is David Milon. I am actually responsible for recruiting boarding students that come from Europe, Middle East, Africa, and North America. I'm going to talk about Collège du Le Mans in less than 10 minutes. It's probably just going to scratch the surface because there's a lot to say. And if I touch next, that should work, right? So Collège du Le Mans was founded in 1960 by Mr. Cliva. These were the founding principles of the school, the founding philosophy, educating and teaching in the spirit of openness and tolerance, so that students may become the citizens and leaders of a world respectful of differences. And I think when you open newspapers this last few days, you can see that it's still very much of an actual thing. Collège du Le Mans at a glance. It's in Geneva. It's in Geneva, so very easy to come from here. 20 minutes from the airport, 20 minutes from downtown Geneva, 20 minutes from the international headquarters of the United Nations, so can be considered a little bit as a city school in a sense. We have about 1,800 students in total, both day and boarding, so we mix our day and boarding students, and about 200 plus boarding students at the moment. Our crowd actually come from 120 different countries, so that makes us one of the most diverse campuses in the world. We're truly an international school, so not a British school or an American school or a Swiss or a French school, even though we offer those diplomas. and truly international also by the fact that our teaching staff come from 35 different countries. Just a little bit about our academic offering and results. So as I've mentioned, we offer 5 different diplomas with different streams, basically, starting from primary, middle school in 3 streams, being Francophone, Anglophone, or bilingual. When it comes to grade 9, basically students need to choose what diploma they want to study and have the choice between studying a high school diploma with advanced placement options, international baccalaureate diploma program, international baccalaureate career-related program, the Swiss maturité, or the French baccalaureate. Of course, well, hopefully they get their diploma, they graduate, and they go to university. This is a little bit what 100% of our students are doing. And for that, they have the help and support of our university advisory team, who help them navigate through those muddy waters of different entry requirements, university systems, and so on and so forth, so that they are prepared really early on what is needed for them to actually get to the university of their choice. So they're really coached, and there are ongoing discussion with that team so that they can achieve their objectives. There's a few universities of where our students have been going last year, the graduation of last year of 2021. We have about a third of our students that are going to the UK, about 20% that are going to North America, so USA, Canada, 20+% staying in Switzerland, and the rest literally going all around the world to universities in Italy, in the Netherlands, in South Korea, in Australia. So that's a little bit about the boring side of the presentation, meaning the academic side. Just going to switch to the boarding side because, of course, our boarding students, they have 2 lives. They have a student life where they are basically mixed together with day students, so from, say, 8 to 4. That's a classroom normal environment. And the boarding life actually starts afterwards with different activities. So we have about 100 extracurricular activities. Can be activities that are sports, for instance, and your regular football, volleyball, basketball, horse riding, tennis, and so on and so forth, golf as well, and can be art activities as well. We really put art very close within our school. Art has a very important place. So it can be visual arts, can be being part of the drama club, being part of music classes, playing violin or learning keyboard, and of course other clubs like writing clubs, debate club, photography classes, cooking classes. Enough for the students to find whatever they want to do. Just a little bit of technicalities about boarding. We have over 10 residential villas and a medical center. Our house parents, the people that are actually living with our students, they're dedicated, meaning that they don't teach during the day. They are only looking after the well-being of our students. So they start working from the moment the student come back from classes, and they stop working from the moment they actually go for breakfast in the morning. And they only look after our students. They have no other, they have no other work to do with the school, whether it's administrative or whether it's teaching. Students are sharing their room, either by 2 or by 3, depending on the layout of the house. Usually, the younger they are, to middle school, they still be sharing by around 3, and the older they get, they will be sharing by 2 with ensuite bathroom. Here you can see, for instance, a picture of this one is our middle school boys' house, which has a big park on its own and swimming pool and beach volley course as well. Always all have green outdoor areas. As I was mentioning before, our boarding students, they are actually having 2 lives at CDL. The student life, well, the academic life, starts from 8 and finish at 4, more or less. And everything that happens afterwards is actually all about well-being, about getting 21st century life skills And these are really the pillars of what we and the house parents are actually monitoring for the students as a proxy to the parents, I can say. So for instance, the parents, they will not only receive the academic report at the end of the terms, but they will also receive every 8 weeks personal development report from how the student is actually evolving. Is he getting to the different milestones he's supposed to be at his or her age? So that's a separate diploma. This is individually written by the house parent of the student, so by the person who actually knows the student better from a personal perspective. Very important to us, and of course, this is also the mission that the parents entrust us with, is not only to provide very high level of academic education, but also make sure that we help the students, being responsible and confident young men and women. Location-wise, we are 10 minutes from the lake, so all activities are actually seasonal. At this point in time, you can imagine, actually, as I speak now, all our students are in the mountains in Crans-Montana, enjoying a ski weekend, but this is not the case when May or June happens. So now, when May or June happens, for instance, so we are 10 minutes by the lake, so that will be lake activities, can be wakeboarding, can be other things. Facilities on campus, we are on an 8-hectare campus, so it's fairly big. A lot of facilities and outdoor possibilities to do beach volleys as well, or basketball, or whatever they want you to do. And of course, we promote a healthy and active lifestyle in everything we do. Summer camps, of course, we offer them at CDL. So next time there is a strike in Portugal, in Lisbon, instead of driving back an hour and a half, just drive 15 minutes. Stop by CDL, happy to welcome you. These are the days for this year. We can talk more in detail. I'll be around, of course. And like Romain, I also have my special guest today. Can join me? Thank you. So I won't be bothering you too much. Can you just introduce yourself and tell us about your experience at CDL?
So hello everyone. My name is Kadwan. I went to CDL in 2018, only for 1 year, for my last year of high school. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit hard at the beginning. But everyone was so welcoming, from the house parents to the other girls that shared the house with me, the professors. Everyone was so welcoming, so it was easier to integrate. And it was just an amazing experience. I have never lived by myself before, without my family. It was the first time. And it was very nice, because the next year I was going to start university. And it was great to step away from my family a little bit and to be a little independent. So I would recommend every parent here to send their kids to CDL for the summer camp, or even to be a boarder like me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I promise you I wasn't bothering you too long. I think I kept it under 10 minutes. Happy to answer any questions that you might have. That's the thank you note. And thank you very much again for coming. Thank you.
Now I would like to welcome Mrs. Paula from Briamont. She is the representative for the school for the Portuguese-speaking countries, so she will give her presentation in Portuguese.
Bom dia, é um prazer enorme estar aqui com vocês para apresentar o colégio Briamont. É o colégio que eu estudei quando eu era mocinha e que eu sou apaixonada até hoje. Eu preparei um pequeno vídeo para mostrar um pouquinho a dinâmica da escola, as atividades que a gente faz e tudo. O Briamont fica em Lausanne, na beira do Lac Léman, e nós estamos assim a 2 quadras do centro da cidade. então que facilita muito para os meninos maiores que podem sair sozinhos, irem até o centro. Tá? É uma escola bem pequena, muito familiar, é da mesma família, já fazem 140 anos, nós vamos festejar esse ano, e já estamos em 3 gerações, e é um colégio bem pequeno, tá? Nossa capacidade é de 80 alunos, então as classes são bem pequenas, então o aproveitamento dos alunos é bem grande, é como se fosse aula particular, né? E nós temos o curso de verão, o curso de inverno e o high school. O high school programa americano e o high school programa britânico. Então, eu vou deixar vocês verem um pouco sobre o colégio e depois estou à disposição para tirar as dúvidas e para que vocês possam saber um pouquinho mais sobre o colégio. Muito obrigada. Bonjour, sou Paula Barroso, ex-aluna e embaixadora do Briamont para o Portugal e para o Brasil. Estarei agora em mês de março no Brasil, do dia 15 ao dia 25, e gostaria de encontrá-los e mostrar um pouquinho mais sobre o nosso colégio e os nossos cursos.
Just to mention that most of the schools do not offer only summer camps, but winter camps as well, where you can practice skiing and enjoy the winter, the beautiful winter in Switzerland. Next school I would like to introduce to you Mr. Aaron from La Garenne.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. As Andrea said, my name's Aaron, and I'm representing La Garenne School. Grace, I think you told me, though, that when you were really little, La Garenne was one of the first summer camps you went to. Is that right? Wonderful. And it's not surprising because La Garenne, for most people who know La Garenne, and for many of my colleagues and peers, was always known as the small junior boarding school. For the last 75 years, we've accepted students and graduated our students at around US grade 8 or UK year 9. And so we're well known for sending our younger graduates off to Beausoleil or Les An-American School or Collège de Lamont or Briamont, as well as other schools around the world. Our graduates from our junior boarding school have headed off to Le Rosey, Eton College, Cheltenham Ladies. We send children around the world. So we're gearing up, though, first for summer camp. And so, and you'll see how this works. The best thing about presenting towards the end is that the presentation gets shorter and shorter and shorter every single time. So we're going to do a quick summer camp video for you first. La Garenne shares the village of Villars with Beausoleil and Aiglon College. So as you heard, 90 minutes down the road from Geneva, tucked away up in the mountains. We run 3 two-week summer camps as well during the summer. And I'd be happy to visit with you over at the table later if you'd like to hear more about the summer camps. As an academic program, as I mentioned, we were a junior boarding school for many years. 5 years ago, on our 70th anniversary, moms and dads started lobbying, asking if their children could stay longer. So starting in 2017, we began the process. We developed, purchased and developed a state-of-the-art senior college. We're now authorized to deliver the International Baccalaureate Middle Years Program and Diploma Program. And this coming year, so in September, on the anniversary of our 75th, we're starting our first diploma program cohort, graduating students at the end of next academic year. So let's watch just a quick look.
Imagine a place where we meet children from around the world.
Imagine a place where people really care who you are.
Imagine a place where we learn from each other. Imagine a place where being curious is cool.
Imagine a place where each day brings new adventures.
Imagine a place where we learn to never, never, never give up. Imagine a place where everyone's opinion matters.
Imagine a place where in our curriculum we learn how the world is changing.
Imagine a place where creativity and innovation come to life.
All this in a secure, magnificent environment. Dream no more. This place already exists.
What I want to leave you all with is I think La Garenne has always been known as one of the smaller boarding schools. We're still owned and operated by the same family who took the school over in 1980. Gregory Mann is our general director. His sister works with us. His mother works with us. It truly is a family affair. But as an international baccalaureate diploma program school, I think what also sets us apart is we're now intentionally small, even as a senior college. So for example, our graduating class next year will probably be no more than 20 students. We still offer all the IB subjects that you would find at the larger schools. And so what it means is that a student who might be taking higher level physics at La Garenne might have 3 or 4 students in the class, getting nearly one-to-one individual attention, which is a wonderful thing to have. Of course, we are in the Alps with all of our other peer schools, and I think you've seen from all the videos how special that can be. I asked a few of my colleagues to just do this last video just as a special hello when I told them I was headed to Lisbon.
Olá, bom dia. Eu chamo-me Paula, venho de Lisboa, de Portugal, e já estou nesta escola há 40 anos. Eu estou a falar como uma mãe. Tenho aqui o meu filho, casei-me aqui, o meu filho está cá na escola, adoro esta escola, adoro o pessoal, faço 100% de confiança nas pessoas que trabalham aqui. O meu filho pode ir para todo o lado, fazer ski, fazer tornó, fazer piscina, fazer tudo o que é possível. Eu confio e isto aqui nesta escola é um ambiente familiar.
So this is my first year as a boarder ever, and I'm very lucky to be able to be as my first time as a boarder in a school like this where the community, it's a lot smaller than what I'm used to, but I think as a boarder it's kind of what you will end up appreciating. I think that I'm close with all my friends. I've met some wonderful people who hopefully stick with me for the rest of my life, and I know there'll be great memories if they don't. And also teachers, I am a lot closer to staff than I would be in my old school, as they're super helpful, they're always there, they're like second parents.
Olá, o meu nome é Malu, eu tenho 7 anos e eu venho de Portugal, já estou aqui há 4 anos. A mais gosto que eu fazer aqui na escola é brincar. Muito obrigada, tchau, tchau.
Thank you all so very much.
So now our last school, we would like to welcome Mrs. Tamara right from the Magic Mountain.
Thank you all for being here today. First of all, I didn't know that we were getting cute little kids to help us with our presentations today. I feel unprepared in that regard. So what I'm going to do right now, given that I'm the last presentation and you've heard a lot about our neighbors and how the mountains look from their side, is to tell you quickly about our school, but then I'd like to end it to say why boarding school is a good idea in general. I think that would help you make your decisions if you are considering it, and it would make the presentation a little less repetitive, I hope. So, our school is called Les American School, and I'm Tamara. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions at LAS, responsible for the Middle East, Turkey, Africa, India, Iran, Pakistan, quite a few regions. And our school is, wait, sorry. Is this working? Okay, I'm just gonna switch this. Okay. So our school is located in a cute little town called Les Ans. And it's a town of 4,000 inhabitants, just really tucked away in a mountain as well. And we have around 300 students who are completely boarders at our school, so we're not a day school. And we feel that it adds a little more intimacy to what the education life is on our mountain in our boarding school. To give some technicalities, distance-wise, we're, as everyone mentioned, we're around 90 minutes away from Geneva. We're quite central, and Switzerland in general is a very good central location for where you would want your students to be. They're close to airports, close to a lot of beautiful countries, which we include in cultural trips for the students to visit. A little look at LAS by numbers. You can see that given our small cohort, we actually are able to have a lot of cultural exposure for students from all over the world and different nationalities. You can see a lot from the pictures that the views are also great and the activities. We have something called a ski season, given that Les Uns is a ski resort. So students every Tuesdays and Thursdays, they only have classes until 12 p.m. and then everyone goes on the slopes. And on the weekends, they get to go to neighboring slopes. Now, students don't have to know how to ski nor snowboard when they come to our school. We have students who've never seen snow before who come to LAS. And with how frequent they do it, they end up really being good skiers by the end of the season. We offer classes for students from grade 7 till grade 12. So middle school are our youngest kids. They do have a more special way of being treated because they are young, so they're taken care of a lot. Their house parents are always present to be there with them. This is one of our common lounges where students get to hang out. You can see here some of the core subjects that we offer as a school, but also what you can see again is through the pictures of what students get to do at LAS. They get to do experiential learning, they get to practice being active, they get to try new hobbies that they might have been interested in that they never gotten done before. Here are for the older students what they get to do as well, their prep years. And then finally, we have the diploma years. So as a school, as an American school, we offer the US High School Diploma, and we offer the International Baccalaureate Diploma. Those are our mainly 2 tracks at our school. And we've been doing the IB for quite a long time. It's one of our most popular tracks that the students pick over the high school diploma. We have something called EDGE classes, so we really believe at LAS about something called experiential learning, where we offer the chance for a student to pick tracks that they would like to focus on, and they can take an extra class per week that focuses exactly on that track, so kind of allows them to specialize in something. It's also a method that allows them to pick what they want to work on, and they are encouraged to figure out how they can do it with a teacher there just as support. So kind of to develop their independent thinking. Of course, we offer English as a second language at our school. Just because we're an American school, students don't have to be at a mainstream track to study at LAS. We offer that as an ESL 1, 2, or 3, so students can begin their English learning. The dorm life at LAS. So all of our students, as I mentioned, are boarders. That means they will be living with someone, either a person or 2, depending on the rooms and how they are. All the rooms have ensuite bathrooms, of course, and they kind of really learn how to live on their own. They kind of learn how to protect their personal space, to respect the personal space of others, which are very important personal qualities that students learn at a boarding school, regardless of which one that you choose. Faculty families. Every student at LAS is part of a faculty family. They have a faculty mom and a faculty dad. So around every family has around 10 kids, and they meet once a week. They go out on overnight trips. They have a WhatsApp group together. They have a parent that's constantly following up with them, because sending your child to boarding school is really scary, and having someone that you know whose their sole focus is your kid is really important. So our faculty families really play that crucial part. Athletics, activities, and cultural trips. So for us, we usually have a ski season that's currently ongoing from January till March. But aside from that, during fall and spring semesters, students get to do activities. They have around over 60 activities to pick from. We usually do 2 cultural trips where students get to travel around Europe, and we do one in the fall and one towards the end of the school year. It's a chance for students to see other cultures, to travel and to learn and educate themselves. And that is, oh no, we still have the university admission part. So we have university counselors. We have 3 university counselors at LAS, and counseling begins as of grade 10. The best part about university counseling that we offer is many students come, either they or their parents kind of have a clear idea of where they want their kid to go to university. And what the university counseling offers is plenty more options that we kind of didn't know existed. They offer location options. They offer majors they didn't know they could major in, because they're like, I didn't know my hobby could be a major. So we offer that university counseling as of grade 10. 80% of our graduates are admitted to their top choice universities, and of course, many universities visit LAS, either virtually, physically, or we go to fairs, our representatives. Thank you for that, but just the final thing, I promise. I do want to say about the importance of choosing a boarding school and what the benefit of it is. I've seen it myself through meetings with alumni around the world and really seeing the benefit of it. We can start by the first is the independence. Your child really will grow to learn how to advocate for themselves, how to ask for what they want, how to live on their own, how to do their own laundry, because that's a requirement at LAS. They do their own laundry. And they kind of learn a lot of things that they didn't know they had to, or at that young age. And they end up going to university much more prepared. The first year when they're in a dorm with a roommate who's never been in a boarding school, they automatically feel the difference of someone who's recently leaving their parents and living away from them, or someone who's not. The other benefit is just the cultural learning. The idea of learning, meeting people from different cultures, different languages, different habits. You stop seeing people as me versus them and more as us, because you've lived with them. You've lived with a roommate who has a totally different habits from you, and totally different languages, and yet you became friends. It really teaches you how to deal in life. It's a very good life lesson. And I would say it's just a really fun experience. You make lifelong friends. I've met alums who are doing business work right now with their previous roommates. So it's just a really good decision, I would say. So yes, thank you very much for your time.
Before we have the opportunity to talk to each other and have a little bit of lunch, I would like to introduce our special guest, Grace. She will give a short speech about her impression and experience during summer camp. So please welcome Grace.
Okay, so as you've probably heard, my name is Grace, and I'm going to be telling you about my experiences at summer camps in Switzerland. So the first time that I ever went to summer camp, I went to La Garenne, and when me and my mother arrived there, I had my big suitcase with me, and it was just immediately taken away by the staff. And when we were shown my room, we found that everything was already taken out of my suitcase and organized for me, so we didn't have to go through the hassle of doing that. And it was just so perfect. And there was also a variety of activities to do when I arrived there, so it was all very new to me, but luckily I had friends, because I had cousins that had gone and they were going there, and luckily I had friends who were there to help me. And one of my biggest takeaways that I would always tell my mother when I talked to her via Google calls was that all of the cooks there, like the majority of the cooks there were all Portuguese, and a lot of the people there were Portuguese. And it made me very happy to know that I could be in a place where I could speak Portuguese to some people, because I had spent the majority of the day speaking in English. And I remember that this is very bad, but I remember that me and my friends, we would always get like an extra popsicle or like an extra brownie or whatnot, like in secret, and we'd be like, oh, thank you so much, and then they'd be like, of course, and we'd be so happy about them. That was just very good. And all of the staff were super nice and super helpful. If anything ever went wrong, if you needed any questions, they were always there to like help you or with anything. And when it came time for me to leave, I was extremely sad because I had made some amazing memories and I had made very good friends, and this is not written, but when my mother went to drop me off, she went with my brother, Joseph, and he saw all of the activities and he said, Mommy, I want to stay here too. And Mommy said, no, you can't, Joseph, and he left very sad, but oh well. And then last year, during the summer, I went to Bussolé, and I loved it. And it was my second year ever, like going to summer camp away from home. And I was so nervous that I wasn't gonna like fit in or make any friends, because this time I didn't know anybody. And not even like 5 minutes after my mom had left, I like made a friend. And like all friend groups, our small, tiny little 2-person group grew, and before we knew it, we were almost inseparable, and we never went like anywhere without each other. You can ask Homa, we were always together, and we would always go out into town and buy all sorts of like snacks, and then we would take them back to our room, my room and Lulu's room, and we would eat the snacks and talk about how we were excited about like the next party or the next activity, or our classes and what like homework basically we had to do. And I wanted to be able to tell you about how going to these summer camps was like truly like great memories, like one of the best experiences that I have ever like experienced. And at Bussolé, our friend group was very strong, and before we left, we said, hey, let's make a group chat, right? So we can keep in touch. And when we made the group chat at the time, we had no idea of what was going to happen when I left. Like when we left, we thought we might like drift apart, we might not talk that much, but we did, and we still do. We talk a lot on this group, and we still keep in touch. And going to these summer camps completely changed the way that I view the world and how I view people, because I tried things that I would never think that I would try, and I made amazing lifelong friends along the way. And the environment in both of the summer camps, they were very inviting, very welcoming, which is something that I personally believe is very important and imperative for a summer camp. Now, what they didn't tell you here in the presentations is that going to summer camp, not only is that fun and you learn things, but it also teaches your kids to be independent and to be more responsible, because you're not going to be there, right? You're not going to be there to tell them to do this and that, and they have to learn how to do these things on their own, which is very important. And just to end it, overall, I just wanted to come up here and tell you about my wonderful experiences in summer camps in Switzerland. And before I leave, I wanted to say that I 100% recommend sending your kids to summer camps, because it's a wonderful experience and they will never, ever forget the memories and the friends made. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all the nice impressions and introductions. Right now, we have to say goodbye to the people following online, and I will forward the microphone to Mrs. Selma.
I have to speak in Portuguese. Eu queria agradecer a presença de todos que nos estão a assistir live stream Muito obrigada. Aqueles que tiverem questões podem enviar, tanto e-mail, podem nos contactar pelos números que fizeram as inscrições, estamos, portanto, disponíveis. E os que vão estar cá, ou os que cá estão, portanto, nós temos agora um momento para colocarem as questões aos representantes das escolas. Muito, muito, muito obrigada e até já.
So please feel free to move around, to have a little bit of coffee, water, some snacks, and of course to talk to the school's